set for UFC 53 Heavy Hitters. Time for the welterweights displaying volumes of versatility. This young, hungry lion believes he's the best. Nick Diaz against Koji Oishi, transitioning from Pancrase to the big stage. Koji Oishi is the number 3 ranked welterweight in the Pancrase organization in Japan. Oishi's very first MMA fight was his UFC debut at UFC 25, Ultimate Japan 3, losing a decision to Laverne Clark. Since then, he has improved his overall game considerably and has scored wins over respected fighters such as Takaharu Morihama and Chris Lytle. Oishi feels that he is far better prepared now to compete in the world-famous octagon.
I see this fight where I knock him out with striking, starting out with a strike and taking him to the ground and getting him out.
Nick Diaz is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner who trains under Cesar Gracie. Diaz made a big impression quickly in the UFC with a submission win over Jeremy Jackson and a knockout victory over ruthless Robbie Lawler. At UFC 49, Diaz lost a razor-close split decision to Carl Parisian, but bounced back with an impressive first-round TKO of Drew Fickett at UFC 51. With this combination of excellent jiu-jitsu skills and potent striking, there is no telling how far this young welterweight may go.
If I can do the best that I can do, I'd like to knock him out and land my punches and you know, get the knockout, or, you know, just end up in a good spot and get ahead early, basically.
Coming up next, Koji Oishi of Japan takes on Nick Diaz. Tail of the tape for this welterweight matchup brought to you by Science. Extreme supplements for extreme results. Ask for Science at your local health food store or gym. Visit Science.com for more information. Oishi, the Japanese fighter, 7 years older, but gives away a lot of reach, 4 inches of reach, to Nick Diaz, and he is only 162 pounds. Our referee, Mario Yamasaki. We are set for a 170-pound matchup.
Are you ready?
Koji Oishi, Nick Diaz are set to go.
Oishi had one of the weirdest, calmest, most lackadaisical walk around before the fight that I've ever seen. You're just wandering.
Still the same way right now.
Yeah, this is very interesting. He was practicing this in the octagon before, throwing punches and having his coach throw punches at him and blocking them with his hands.
Well, good quick hands, but Diaz answers.
This is a very dangerous strategy for him. He's fighting a tall guy who's much better at striking.
Got his hands wide open, doesn't he, Joe?
Yeah, this could get ugly. He was practicing this before the fight. We were watching him in the octagon, and we were like, is he going to try this on Nick Diaz? Because this could be dangerous.
Diaz trying with the knees in the clinch and an uppercut. And Nick Diaz with a huge reach advantage here, and he's sizing it up right now, and he caught him. Caught Koji Oishi's
right. Side kick to the body.
Good kick.
Oishi retains his composure. As you can see, the guy's very experienced.
Oishi says he is really concentrated on improving his boxing skill, going unorthodox here, though.
He's still doing this.
Wow.
He tries to block with the block the left punch with his punch. That's what he was practicing.
Now look at the long reach there, the advantage of Nick Diaz. Now Diaz trying with the right.
This is, if he continues his strategy, it's just a matter of time.
Mouthpiece is gone. And a left and right combination. Down goes Oishi, and it is all over. It is all over. Nick Diaz, without a doubt,
Nick Diaz
by knockout.
With what amounts to sort of be a gimme. When I was watching that guy warm up before the fight, me and Dana White were looking at him as his coach was throwing punches at him. He was blocking him with his left hand and then countering with his head straight up. It wasn't a boxing style, and I wasn't sure if he was really going to actually try that. Let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at the replay. This is the original punch that stunned him. I mean, Nick Diaz just measuring him. There's a side kick. Here's the end of the fight here. Bang. Left hook. Left hand, right hook. He's down. And thankfully, Mario Yamasaki protects him from any more damage. Let's take a look at the end of that one more time, real time. I mean, you see Ishii's hands down and his head wide up. His head was just sticking straight up in the air. That was very, very bad strategy.
And still somewhat expressionless, Joe. But Nick Diaz extremely confident with his striking and wins again. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute 24 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by TKO, Nick Diaz.
So it officially goes as a TKO at 1 minute and 24 seconds of the first round. The striking ability of Nick Diaz is undeniable. We have talked about it over and over again. Set for the middleweights. The Crow is growing with confidence every day. David Loiseau set to fight a UFC newcomer on a very impressive streak. Chainsaw Charles McCarthy is a submission specialist. He recently scored a submission victory over UFC veteran Keith Rocco by armbar. McCarthy takes pride in being a finisher, and none of his 7 victories have gone the distance. He will try to continue that streak tonight.
If you watch me fight, you'll think, man, he's crazy, he's just doing whatever. But everything I do is very carefully calculated, as wild as it looks. So I'm constantly always looking to finish the fight.
Canadian David the Crow Loiseau made his UFC debut wrecking tough English fighter Mark Weir in 3 minutes and 55 seconds at UFC 42. His next UFC match was a decision loss in a clinch war with Jorge Rivera. But Loiseau went on to win 2 fights in Canada and then returned at UFC 51, taking out Gideon Ray by doctor stoppage after the first round. Many feel that Loiseau may have the most dangerous elbow strikes in mixed martial arts. An MMA champion in Canada, Loiseau says that Canadian fighters do not get the respect they deserve and that he's going to do his part to change that perception.
Whether it's standing up in the clinch or on the ground, I will impose myself. And I'm a UFC veteran. I pay my dues to get to the UFC.
Coming up next, Chainsaw Charles McCarthy takes on David the Crow Loiseau. Tale of the Tape brought to you by Zions. Extreme supplements for extreme results. Ask for Zions at your local health food store or gym. Visit Zions.com for more information. The Canadian against the American. 1 year difference in age. Everything else is dead on. And
They don't want any more of that ground nonsense.
The ground nonsense, I love it. Loiseau came in focused and ready. So did McCarthy. He said he didn't want to get overwhelmed about his UFC debut, Joe. 3 turns. Banged up on the Ultimate Fighter. He proved to be a banger against Loden Kincaid. He takes on the man of spinning back fist fame. Quiet, lacking confidence. You know him, Shoney Carter. When it comes to martial arts, Mr. International Shoney Carter has done it all. He has competed in MMA, Shidokan, judo, wrestling, kickboxing, and just about every other type of combat sport you can think of. Carter has excellent submission defense, great judo throws, and dangerous strikes. He may be best known for his spinning back fist. After 4 years of competing elsewhere around the world, Shoney makes his return to the UFC.
When that bell rang, ding ding, Shoney Carter's out there doing the damn thing. Look at him. Wow, he fights weird. Wow, he funny looking. Oh, did you see what Shoney Carter just did? Oh!
Nate Rock Quarry is a Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialist with potent striking skills. He got into fighting after seeing Randy Couture fight Vitor Belfort, and after 5 years, he's developed into one of the strongest up-and-coming middleweights in the country. Nate was a heavy favorite to win the Ultimate Fighter competition, but a severe ankle injury took him out of the running. He got to show what he could do at the Ultimate Fighter finale, where he put on a striking clinic against Loden Kincaid, stopping him in 3 minutes and 17 seconds of the first round. Now Quarry looks to prove that he is among the best middleweights in the world.
If I fight to the best of my abilities, I'm looking for a knockout in the first round.
Coming up next, Mr. International Shoney Carter takes on Nate Rock Quarry. Our Tale of the Tape brought to you by Zions. Extreme supplements for extreme results. Ask for Zions at your local health food store or gym. Visit Zions.com for more information. A big reach advantage for Nate Quarry, and we saw how sick his hands can be in his victory at the Cox Pavilion in Las Vegas over Loden Kincaid. Our referee, Mario Yamasaki.
Are you ready?
Shoney Carter.
Are you ready?
Nate Quarry.
Let's go!
And here we go. Shoney is unorthodox. Very dangerous because of that.
Very experienced, very relaxed, and yes, very unorthodox.
Quarry, very textbook, a la a Pat Miletich, who might be able to pick apart the weaknesses of an unorthodox fighter. But don't, as you said, Joe, doubt Shoney Carter's skills.
It's hard to predict what a guy like Shoney Carter is going to do. That's one of the things that makes him so dangerous.
UFC 53 Heavy Hitters brought to you in part by the Gordon Biersch Brewing Company. Beer like it ought to be.
A couple good shots inside by Nate.
Shoney Carter, much more experienced than Loden Kincaid.
Oh, yeah.
Nate knows that. Yeah.
World of difference.
Absolutely.
World of difference. I mean, you see right there, he's not going to get tied up against the cage. He's going to move around. He switches stances. He likes to keep his right leg forward sometimes and throw side kicks and front leg round kicks. That's a little unusual. Not a whole lot of people do that. And then he's smart. He judges the distance carefully and he ties up. He's got a wealth of experience.
Been in this game for 19 years of training, and he's done just about everything.
Very, very difficult guy to submit. You saw Matt Serra had got him in a full omoplata. He got out of it, which is a shoulder lock. And Kyle Parisian in their fight got him in a full Kimura. He got out of that. Very, very, what do you call it? Like I said, a salty dog veteran.
Kaiser Soze, he says he's not, though. So they tie up right now. You know the clinch is something that Quarry works on every day in the Randy Couture camp.
Good knee inside by Shoney.
Actually, Quarry's good on the ground, too. He's got a 6 submission game that we didn't see demonstrated yet, but we'll see if it goes to the ground and he's able to demonstrate it here tonight.
Well, that was one of the things I was most impressed. Whoa! Just missed the spinning fat kick. Excuse me, fist. Oh!
Here comes Quarry. Here comes Carter. Now Quarry trying to finish it.
And here's
Carter trying to survive.
Shoney is smart enough to hang on, but he's taking some blows here.
Absolutely.
But keeps his composure. Nate's going to have to get some space here.
Nate trying to use the elbow. Shoney's
on the bottom here.
Good
Nate's
job of recovery.
He's going to sprawl out and get free, and then he'll have Shoney's back.
Great job of recovery there by Shoney Carter.
Yeah, this is a real veteran. I mean, this isn't a Loden Kincaid.
He was rocked for a moment, Joe.
Yeah, this is a guy who's going to provide a really stern test to a guy like Nate Quarry at this stage of his career.
Watch for the knee. And Shoney's free for now.
Oh,
Shoney gets hit again, though. Shoney's swinging anywhere. He's down, and it is all over. It is all over. Wow. Nate Quarry wins again.
Wow. Look how emotional Nate Quarry is. Does this mean a lot to this guy? Are you kidding me?
9 years to get here. Injured on the Ultimate Fighter reality show. And victory again for Nate Quarry.
Like I said, I really believe that is the cream of the crop of that reality show. The one guy that got injured, that wasn't able to continue, and he didn't get a chance to show his skills, he's showing them now. Nate Quarry, very impressive. How you feel?
There he is with the natural. Randy Couture, former light heavyweight champion. Bam, caught him with a left. And then relentless. And Shoney Carter did a great job of survival, but only momentarily here. As he punished and punished again, Shoney, Mr. International Carter. And finally, another right that connects, and then right there. Shoney Carter was dazed, confused, and Mario Yamasaki, a strong finish, and Nate Quarry, another strong performance. The way that Nate Quarry uses his hands, that man, Roy Jones Jr., has to be impressed. The champion in attendance tonight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 37 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by TKO, Nate Rock Quarry.
At 185, this man is for real. Joe Rogan.
Congratulations, you were one of the favorites to win your division in the Ultimate Fighter television show. You were injured. How does it feel now to finally get the opportunity to showcase your skills?
I'm just so happy that everybody's here to see what I was capable of, why I was in the show in the first place. Just so glad to be able to share that with everybody. I feel like my family is here watching. They saw me, they saw what I went through. It's like a great family now.
It was a very impressive performance. So let's talk us through the replay here up on the screen.
Well, he's a tough guy. He's landing some shots. I landed a couple. Stunned him, got him back against the cage. That was kind of the plan. And accuracy with those shots. Then we worked a lot in the bottom position.
He's a veteran fighter. Were you surprised at how easy it was for you?
I didn't think it was easy at all. He controlled me in the clinch quite a bit, got me against the cage. Anytime somebody makes me do something I don't want to do, I'm not going to say that they're easy.
Absolutely. Now, what do we look for? What's next for you now?
Whatever they tell me to. I'm just looking to continue, go on and on, do the best that I can.
Well, Nate Quarry, ladies and gentlemen.
Need to thank my sponsors, Joe. Need my sponsor sheet. Hey, everybody, I want to say please support the people that support us. Life Force, Benty's Cafe has been with me from day one. Salem Health Food Store, Benchmade Knives, Cobb 28, SportFight.com, X Energy Drinks, and Sprawl Fight Shorts. You think anybody wants a roundhouse to the head when I'm wearing these bad boys? Sprawl Shorts.
Bow to your sensei, Nate Quarry, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, he says, I'm in no hurry. I'll take this whole game at the proper pace. He's just 33 years old, and Nate Quarry is here, and here in force. Emotional again in victory. Nate the Rock Quarry, as he takes out Mr. International, Shoney Carter, disappointed with his loss in the Octagon. Here tonight in Atlantic City, The Rock rolls again. Started off with some serious heavy hitters. Paul Buentello has finally arrived, and in style, he is set to take on a man who battled for years on the gridiron. UFC newcomer Kevin the Shaman Jordan is a grappler who is not afraid to strike. A former college football player, Jordan is agile for a big man and feels that his athleticism is a big advantage for him. He puts it to the test tonight in his UFC debut.
What I would like to show the fans is an all-around athlete, one that can strike, one that can punch, one that can take a person to the ground, who's first on the ground.
Mexican KO artist Paul the Headhunter Buentello made an impressive UFC debut, knocking out Justin Eilers at UFC 51. Paul got his nickname for his non-stop attempts to finish his fights by the quickest means possible. While he is most well known for his explosive stand-up skills, Paul has worked hard on becoming a well-rounded fighter, and he hopes to move up the heavyweight ranks with an impressive win tonight.
This fight ends, as always, my hands raised, somebody laying out. Somebody's going down. It's not going to be me.
Coming up next, the heavyweights throw down as Paul the Headhunter Buentello takes on Kevin the Shaman Jordan. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight matchup to get us started here in Atlantic City is brought to you by Zions. Extreme supplements for extreme results. Ask for Zions at your local health food store or gym. Visit Zions.com for more information. Kevin Jordan, making his UFC debut, gives up a little weight to the younger and the shorter Paul Buentello. Big John McCarthy, our referee for this heavyweight matchup to begin a night filled with heavy hitters. Kevin Jordan's debut.
Get it closed up. Let's
Paul
go.
Buentello's second fight here in the UFC.
Right, here we go. Here we go. You ready, Kevin? You ready, Paul? Let's get it on. Come on.
We are set to go.
That's a very important point. That is Paul Buentello's second fight. He got over that first time jitters, the first time feeling.
Buentello with that nasty uppercut early. The kick by Shaman.
Buentello's got some kicks too. Oh, nice body shot. Buentello got rocked.
Yes, he did. Here comes Kevin Jordan trying to utilize the knees. Some body shots by Paul Buentello. Two big guys. 238, 235. Even more than that in the official weigh-ins, as you saw.
Buentello seems to have recovered here.
Buentello, as I said, is on a nasty streak of knocking out his opponents.
Watch your heads. Watch your heads. Let's go.
Jordan's trying to work inside with some punches to the body.
He'd be good to have a little body control here.
Doing good.
Yeah, you don't want to give him space. You don't want to give Buentello space and let him tee off with those hands. You can see him looking at his head. He's looking to come with an overhand right as soon as he gets some distance.
UFC 53 brought to you in part by the Gordon Biersch Brewing Company. Beer like it ought to be. Clinched up against the fence.
Buentello's trying to push him off. Tries to slide an uppercut through the middle. And
wow. Dirty boxing almost caught him
Kevin
with the
Jordan
uppercut.
with some good body shots there.
Kevin Jordan pushing the pace here.
He's a big, strong guy, too.
It's a lot of weight pushing up against Paul here.
Jordan's ended a lot of his fights in many different ways, so he's got a lot of skills. That's why he's here.
This is Paul's world here.
Yep. Paul can size up the difference, but Kevin really pushing the pace.
Very impressed with Kevin Jordan so far.
He's in trouble. And Buentello will try to finish it here.
Buentello's got the mount.
Full mount on Kevin Jordan. Jordan trying to spin away.
Kevin Jordan not in a good position here.
Man, you could hear that connection.
Yeah, he's probably still dazed here.
Buentello with those heavy, heavy hands.
Kevin Jordan looked like he's trying to Kimura there for a second.
Buentello
trying to get to his feet.
Uppercut again, caught him.
This is the danger spot.
Jordan's got a cut under his left eye. He's dazed still. Yeah, he looks very wobbly. Watch out here. Buentello tried the uppercut. That is his favorite punch. He's looking to set it up. Look how confident Paul Buentello looks. And as you said, you got a lot of heavy swingers from time to time in the heavyweight division. This is a very technical puncher, Paul Buentello.
Very precise punches, very accurate.
Pulling on the back of the head, trying to finish with an uppercut.
I think the precision of his punches is probably what shocked Justin Owers the most. Just bing, 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 right on the button. Oh, and he gets
an answer by Kevin Jordan.
Kevin Jordan is a heavy striker.
These dudes are swinging for the fence. Wow. Jordan's in trouble. Jordan did not have a guard up that time. His hands had dropped down and he ate one.
But you know what? He's showing a lot of heart.
The knee.
Big knee.
Watch him try to pull down on the neck and deliver the knee again.
Kevin Jordan looking very tired here when he's holding on. He's really just kind of hanging on. When he's lost a lot of his explosiveness.
Kevin Jordan.
You see him wobbling back here.
Wow. You wonder how he's standing at times.
Big knee. So manages to come up with a knee, but he falls back. You can see his
kick by Buentello. Jordan ducks under.
He's got 1 minute and 30 to go, and he's running out of gas here.
A lot of time remaining here in round one, and the fans appreciate the effort. Kevin Jordan, guys, heavy hitters.
Kevin Jordan just trying to catch his wind here.
Buentello, the same jump.
Oh, he shot for a leg. Or should I say drop down for a leg.
Hey, the ground game is what Kevin Jordan would like to do. But he can't get Buentello down.
Yeah, he's very tired. He's got to suck that knee into his chest. It's a bad spot. Paul Buentello. He tapped. He had a guillotine.
The guillotine by Paul Buentello. Kevin Jordan taps. Buentello's 2-0 in the octagon.
Paul Buentello showing that he can take advantage of any situation. He saw the opening and he took the guillotine.
Paul Buentello is a tough man.
Let's take a look at that right now. I couldn't even see it at the angle that we were watching it here. Let's take a look at that replay. Jordan goes for a knee. Buentello locks in the guillotine, lands on top of him, and he's got it with one arm. He tapped him. It was some sort of. Let's take a look at that again. It looked like it's some sort of a neck crank. It was a one-arm guillotine. Look, he's got it here with one arm, and he taps him. Very unusual.
Looked like he had that neck pulled forward, Joe.
Here it is. We can see it from this angle.
Almost like the neck crank,
yeah, it's
isn't
a neck crank.
Yeah.
A one-armed neck crank. Wow. You know what? A lot of that might have been that Kevin Jordan was completely exhausted.
No,
well.
I was going to say, with Kevin Jordan out of gas there, Joe, you get that neck crank, he feels smothered, he'd had enough.
He had been rocked, and he was already a little bit dazed.
Kevin Jordan cannot overcome the big man, Paul Buentello, here tonight. Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes of the very first round. For the winner by tap out due to a guillotine choke, the headhunter, Paul Buentello.
Light fighters to become the first ever light heavyweight winner of the hit Spike TV reality show, The Ultimate Fighter. He defeated Alex Schonauer by submission due to strikes on the ground in the first round. He then defeated Sam Hoger by referee stoppage from strikes on the ground in the second round to make it into the finals. At the reality show finale, Forrest defeated Stephan Bonner by unanimous decision in one of the best fights of the year. to become the Ultimate Fighter. Tonight, Forrest Griffin steps into the octagon to make his UFC pay-per-view debut.
I'm going to try and hit him. I assume from watching what little footage of him I've been able to find, he's gonna come right at me, He's gonna bring it. So it should be a good fight, hopefully.
Coming up next, Ultimate Fighter winner Forrest Griffin takes on tough Canadian brawler Bill the Butcher Mahood. Our tale of the tape is brought to you by Zions. Extreme supplements for extreme results. Ask for Zions at your local health food store or gym. Visit Zions.com for more information. The Canadian Bill Mahood is 12 years older than the American Forrest Griffin.
And then finally, excellent submission. Well-rounded Forrest Griffin.
That's exactly
good happened. What's next for Forrest Griffin now? You're a huge star now.
More of this. More of this.
Who would you like to fight next?
Man, come on. And whoever, yeah, man, come on.
All right, well, all I know
somebody
is
like Bill, somebody that's going to stand up and strike, even though I didn't. I don't know. Let me thank my sponsors real quick. Sprawl, Costco Grossa, Brain Pad, help me out. Allied Armaments. KTFO, Jesus. All right, thanks.
Forrest Griffin, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Forrest Griffin. How do you not like this kid? Always has a smile on his face. Comical, but dangerous, as you saw there, and showing some skills we did not see in the Ultimate Fighter victory that he scored over Stephen Bonner. Wow, what a job done by Evan Tanner!
Evan Tanner is a warrior!
Maybe it's time that I get just a little bit of credit. I'm a pretty tough guy.
And now Tanner delivering some punishment to David Terrell.
That's it!
It's all over!
He stopped it! Oh, my goodness!
It's the heavyweight champion of the world!
This is my destiny. This is my fate. Winning the belt once is cool, but the real test is holding on to it.
Oh, big left hand! Oh, Tanner looked hurt for a second.
The first fight I had with Franklin, we were experimenting with some new techniques.
Tanner is hurt. He's got to look to bring the fight to the ground.
I was fighting his weight at that time. From what I understand, he had to drop some weight to make 205. I believe I weighed in at 195 with my sweatpants on.
Oh, leg kick, right hand.
I think the fight was stopped way too soon. I do feel that. So yeah, I'd like to get another go around with him.
The thing he's going to be thinking about is that he lost the first fight.
No one's been able to stop Ken Shamrock like that before. Even Tito Ortiz struggled with him. No one has put him down like that before.
The win over Ken did a lot for my career, but publicly people, they still don't know me. They still come up to me and say, aren't you the guy that beat Ken Shamrock?
Said it before, I'll say it again. I'm moving back to 185 pounds. That's my home. Evan Tanner has the title, and I want a piece of it.
I've gotten to the point where I've reached the pinnacle of the sport if I win that championship.
Getting the opportunity to go up against a true warrior with a good spirit, that's an honor.
25 minutes of complete action.
I'm going to go out there and put on a hell of a fight. I know that.
You're going to see some banging in the ring.
I'm a fighter, and I'm the best fighter.
Fight ends, and I plan on walking away with the title.
I'm going home with the belt.
Joe, it seems he wins again, but Evan Tanner never seems to get the respect he deserves.
I believe that's turning around now. Evan Tanner showed in his win with David Terrell that he's capable of dominating one of the best fighters in the world. He believes that the first fight that he had with Rich Franklin was stopped too soon, and if anybody else said that, you might not think anything of it. But with Evan Tanner, he proved in his first fight with Phil Baroni, the guy can overcome adversity. He's got incredible character. He could be on the brink of disaster and still pull out a victory. This is going to be a very, very interesting rematch.
How about Rich Franklin at 185 against Jorge Rivera? He did not look his best. He's always looked great at 205. He says he's cut the weight properly. Only time will tell.
He's a big guy. 205 pounds. He has to cut weight to get to that. He looked gaunt. He looked very slim and he just looked like an emaciated version of himself. He was successful against Jorge Rivera, but he didn't look as explosive as he looked against Ken Shamrock or against Evan Tanner at 205.
Well, we'll find out right now. Tanner wants revenge. Tanner wants to keep his belt. Set for the co-main event of the evening for the middleweight title, 185-pound championship. Evan Tanner the current belt holder, set to take on Rich Ace Franklin. And the title is on the line.
Of a professional mixed martial arts fighter. That's top shelf 205, top shelf 185. Solid martial arts skills, solid striking, excellent boxing, excellent kicking, excellent jiu-jitsu, capable of finishing the fight standing up on the ground. Wealth of experience, has fought all over the world, fought in Japan. UFC veteran, and because of his appearance on the Ultimate Fighter Finale Finals, where he destroyed Ken Shamrock, probably one of the most famous mixed martial arts fighters in America right now. He looks good. He doesn't look nearly as drawn out here at 185 as he looked when he fought Jorge Rivera. He's said that he lost the weight a different way this time. He looks shredded. He looks solid. He doesn't look emaciated or gone at all. And if he comes in 100%, that's a big 185-pounder and a very tough test for anybody.
First fight was 2 years ago. Rich Franklin defeating Evan Tanner. TKO by strikes just 2 minutes and 40 seconds into the matchup. He says, I don't believe it was stopped too early. Of course he believes that.
He really looks shredded. This is about as good a shape as we've ever seen him in.
Now, he wanted to get back to 185, and maybe the fact that he did it once, didn't do it the right way, did it again this time, much more scientific, as you brought up. This is where he wants to be. He only went back up to 205 for the chance to fight a legend, and he defeated him in Las Vegas.
Well, I'll tell you what, physically, he looks a lot better than his previous performance at 185. He looks perfect.
Very dangerous with the feet, his footwork, his boxing skills. Rich Franklin set to fight for the belt here at 185. For a long time, Joe, Evan Tanner stayed at 205 because he hungered for a rematch with Tito Ortiz. That never really happened. Now he hungers for the rematch with Rich Franklin, the only other blemish on his record, and this is the 13th time he enters the octagon. He gets to achieve two things tonight. He gets to prove he is a true champion because Matt Hughes says winning the belt is one thing, keeping the belt is another, and Evan Tanner also gets to avenge his earlier loss to Franklin.
Well, you know, Evan Tanner started fighting at 205 when that was the only weight class. There was 205, there was heavyweight. He was there before there ever was a 185-pound weight division. Now, when he lost to Tito Ortiz, it was pretty clear that he was undersized in the 205-pound division. It looked to be the same with Rich Franklin. At 185 pounds, however, he's a monster. He gets to impose all of his strengths. He's physically a very strong guy. He's got phenomenal conditioning. He's worked very hard on his striking. He's got excellent submissions off his back and on top. He can finish the fight in any position. He showed that against Robbie Lawler. He showed that against Homer Moore. He showed that against Darryl Golar. He's a dangerous guy in all positions and a real professional veteran mixed martial arts fighter.
Tail of the tape for this middleweight title fight. Brought to you by Zions Extreme Supplements for extreme results. Ask for Zions at your local health food store or gym. Visit Zions.com for more information. 4 years older is Evan Tanner. Tanner much more experienced in his mixed martial arts career, but Franklin comes in with a lot of fights and great credentials as well. For the official introduction of this, our co-main event of the evening, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this UFC championship bout is brought to you by Zions Extreme Supplements for extreme athletes, available at GNC stores nationwide. And now, this fight is 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, the challenger standing to my left. This man is a freestyle fighter who holds a mixed martial arts record of 19 wins with 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall and weighed in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Cincinnati, Ohio, please welcome Rich Franklin! And now introducing the champion, standing to my right. This man is a freestyle fighter who holds a mixed martial arts record of 33 wins with 4 losses. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Gresham, Oregon. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Evan Tanner! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Herb Dean.
Okay, gentlemen, we've gone over the rules. Protect yourselves at all times. Follow my instructions at all times. Let's keep it clean, touch gloves, come out ready to fight.
Tanner with that little smirk. He waited so long to hear those words. Undisputed middleweight champion. That's what that man, Rich Franklin, wants to be. It's Franklin and Tanner. 185 belt is on the line.
Listen to me. You're doing great. You've been fighting that thought, nothing happened. You relax. Listen to me a little more, okay?
All right, let's take a look at that big right hand by Evan Tanner. Bang on the button. Rich Franklin rocked and in big trouble. Let's take a look at it again here. Bang! Evan Tanner catches Rich Franklin coming in. Really rocked him.
And we just found out if Rich Franklin can take a punch.
Yeah.
Take more kicks, inside leg kick.
That's a wake-up call right there. And that's got to be a huge confidence booster for Evan Tanner.
Eddie Bravo, first round scoring.
Beginning of that first round, you know, both fighters throwing a lot of air punches. But at the end, you know, that big right hand by Evan Tanner won the round, in my opinion. 10-9, Evan Tanner.
Eddie Bravo scoring alongside the octagon with Joe and I as we get set for round number 2. Franklin, a great job to recover. He has a look of determination in his eyes. Will he change his approach now, Joe, after getting rocked by Evan Tanner?
We'll see.
Tanner, as you talked about, has a new confidence in his hands. We don't know if that's good or bad, but it looked good in the first round.
Well, nice kick to the body by Evan Tanner. You know, the most important thing is that he has already done some damage to Rich Franklin. He has hurt.
There's the takedown.
Now he's on top.
First takedown of the night.
He avoids the kick, and he is on top. And this is Evan Tanner's strength. He has excellent top control. He doesn't mind butterfly guard. He stuffed, when he had Dave Terrell, he kept the butterfly guard in, stuffed him against the fence, and smashed him from there.
Like to thank our casino sponsor, Trump Entertainment Resorts Incorporated, Trump Marina, the Trump Taj Mahal, and of course the Trump Plaza for supporting the UFC here in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Mike Goldberg, Joe Rogan, glad to be with you. UFC 53 heavy hitters from the Boardwalk Hall here in Atlantic City. And up comes Rich Franklin.
Good knee inside by Franklin coming up.
Left ear not bleeding any longer. Great job done in the corner by our cut men.
Rich Franklin avoiding Evan Tanner's right hand. Evan taking a deep breath and moving back.
Tanner very confident he's the best he's ever been, as we talked about before.
And one thing that can happen when you land a big punch like that is you become what they call right hand crazy. And that might be what Evan Tanner's doing right now. Now, the problem with that is the guy sees it coming and it becomes telegraphed. And with a seasoned striker like Rich Franklin, that can be very dangerous. See that? He knows every time Evan Tanner's coming forward, it's right hand. Now, does he have the endurance? Does he have the gas and the energy to capitalize on this? That's what we have to find out now. And does Evan Tanner keep throwing these right hands?
Evan's cut on his face too, Joe.
It's a little cut.
It's a little cut, but it's coming down his nose. It's not in his eyes, though, so it shouldn't affect his vision.
These guys look like they're pacing themselves for 5 rounds. The crowd's getting a little restless. See what I'm talking about with Evan Tanner's right hand?
Yep.
He was successful with it, and sometimes that can be a curse, because then you stop boxing and you start just throwing one punch. And that's where Rich Franklin can... Oh, and he almost lands it again.
Tanner got a look at it, and Franklin just able to move out of the way.
Now you got to think, after the first fight where Rich Franklin dominated Evan Tanner, is this frustrating him? He's into the second round. He's been knocked down. He's been hurt. He's got Evan Tanner caught a little bit, but so far he hasn't done any real damage to hurt him or even come close to stopping the fight.
Snuck a little jab in that time, but no damage done to Evan Tanner. 2:10 remains in round 2. Scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds. This is the 5th fight for Evan Tanner at 185.
Evan's bleeding quite a bit now.
Yeah, now he's starting
to look ugly.
Now that heart starts a pumping, right, Joe?
Yeah, the face, the forehead, anywhere in the head just bleeds really badly. Oh, another big right hand by Tanner.
Tanner bloodied, but far from beaten at this point.
You know what? Rich Franklin could be hurt right here. Nice
Franklin's
knees
right on the knees. Franklin with a straight right.
Whether he's hurt or not, you're never going to see it. Rich Franklin is a warrior.
Both of these men, a ton of attrition. Hey, you get inside this cage, you got guts right there, baby.
Toughest sport in the world, bar none.
Tanner trying to spit something away, maybe just some of the blood rolling down into his mouth.
I think he's got blood coming down from his nose and from his mouth. Yeah, there he goes. He's checking the inside of his lip. Rich Franklin saw that, and he's moving towards him.
Tanner still looking. 1 minute remains in round 2. Franklin.
Nice left hand by Franklin.
See, Franklin just tries to seize this opportunity. Oh! The knee, combination. Tanner there defensively again.
Tanner solid. You know, he's got such character, this guy, and such will to win. If you don't put him away, he'll be there to the last minute of the last bell.
Remember, the winner of this matchup becomes a coach on the upcoming season number 2 of The Ultimate Fighter, along with welterweight champion Matt Hughes. More importantly, in these guys' minds, they win and they become the middleweight champion.
And the way it's been explained to me, if Evan Tanner wins and Matt Hughes becomes the other coach at the end of the fights, at the end of the season, Evan Tanner and Matt Hughes will fight.
At 185.
At 185. Rich Franklin and Matt Hughes actually are friends, and it's debatable whether or not they would fight if they became coaches on the show if Rich Franklin wins this fight tonight.
Yeah, Franklin's traveled up to Iowa on a couple of occasions to train with the Militich camp, so they do have a very well-established relationship. And round 2, it'll be interesting to see how Eddie Bravo scores it. Bloodied up is Evan Tanner.
Eddie, how'd you score that?
Well, other than that takedown early in the second round, Tanner really didn't do much. Again, landing a lot of air shots, and I gave Rich Franklin the round 10-9 based on, the couple left hands that he landed. He landed a couple knees, and he also landed another right hand. So 10-9, Rich Franklin, the fight's dead even.
Now, you gave Tanner 10-9 in the first round. Why didn't you give him a 10-8 despite that knockdown and the fact that Rich Franklin was badly hurt?
Well, he doesn't automatically get a 10-8 round. This isn't like boxing. He's got to totally dominate the round to get that 10-8.
Come on out.
And he didn't dominate the whole round. He just got a knockdown, and we don't score it. Quite clear that Rich Franklin's taken over now. I mean, he rocked him twice. He landed a lot of knees, landed about 5 jabs. I gave that round big to Rich Franklin, 10-8.
Get inside. We need to get inside.
Left eyebrow. That, ladies and gentlemen, is why a lot of people don't want to get in the cage. That's a trophy you carry for life. Wow. That's quite a gash. Tanner's girlfriend not looking so good. I mean, looking very pretty, don't get me wrong. Looking very upset is what I meant.
Let this not be anticlimactic. We have ourselves a new champion at 185.
No matter what. Absolutely. Rich Franklin.
Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this contest on the doctor's advice at 3 minutes, 25 seconds of the 4th round. Declaring the winner, and now the new undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Rich Franklin!
How about the pride of the Queen City? Cincinnati, Ohio World's own Rich Franklin, the champion at 185. Joe Rogan.
Where's my team?
UFC middleweight champion Rich Franklin. How does that sound?
Hey, hold on 1 second. You see these guys right here? These are guys every day that come in and out of the gym with me. This is a team victory if I ever saw one. The most unselfish group of guys I have in Cincinnati. Great place to train. I want to say thanks to Evan for not only taking the rematch with me, but the fight tonight. I really appreciate it. What a warrior. Stand-up has improved. And I want to thank God for keeping me safe in the ring here.
Now, Rich, it was an excellent performance. You showed great stand-up. It looked like you got rocked at one point in the fight. How badly hurt were you?
I don't remember that. So apparently I was hurt pretty bad.
Well, let's take a look at the finish of the fight. Talk us through some of these replays here.
Well, when they come up on the screen.
Here comes a big kick.
You know, Evan was just slipping forward. He had his hand down. I was trying to slip that kick in there. He was doing a good job of covering up, though, and just keeping the jab pumping out while he was, you know, making distance and stuff.
Did he surprise you with the improvement in his stand-up from the first fight?
No, not really. I knew that his stand-up was going to be better. He's a champion. He has to be stupid to get in here and not stand up with me like that to improve upon it.
Now, I know the first time you made 185, you struggled, but this time, was it easier for you?
Yeah, it was much easier this time. You know, we got the weight cutting down pat a little bit more, and it's just going to get better each time.
So, as UFC middleweight champion, what can we expect from you next?
Another fight. Another win.
Another win. Well, you heard it here, folks.
Tap Out, Damage Wear, Biz, KTFO. You can see him on the hat right there. Thanks to my teammates, Neil at Sakin, Martial Arts, George, and New Generation, Power Station in Ohio, Utzler Chiropractic. And, oh man, she promised me she'd never do this. I'm gonna kick her butt.
Oh, here she comes.
Get out. I'm gonna kill you. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Yeah. So, anyway.
All right, the new UFC middleweight champion, Rich Franklin, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, man. The pride of Cincinnati, Ohio, Rich Franklin, your winner at 185 pounds, taking the belt away from Evan Tanner. Oh, a great show of class and respect. Just what we have every night here at the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Let's get back inside to Joe.
Evan, you showed tremendous heart. It was a long, brutal fight. Give us your thoughts on it.
Rich Franklin did an awesome job tonight. He's got my respect. That was his night.
Now, you rocked him with that right hand. It almost looked like you had him. What were you thinking at that point?
Yeah, I thought there was potential there. Couldn't capitalize on it, couldn't finish it. He did a great job surviving, and congratulations to Rich.
And what's next for you now? What do you do here?
Rest a little bit, let my face heal up. Can I thank my sponsors right quick? Cobb 28, they've been great, really good to me. Sprawl, Fight Gear, supplied the shorts I'm wearing tonight. Combat Sports International supplied me with some great gear to train in.
Well, Evan, you've been an exciting champion. I'm sure you're going to be a champion again. We look forward to seeing you again in the UFC. Evan Tanner, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, moving on to 170 pounds, where teammate Matt Hughes is the champion. Two world-class grapplers, the judo black belt Carl Parisian, challenged tonight by the Terror, coming back up from 155.
Matt the Terra Serra is the first American Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt under the legendary Renzo Gracie. Serra is a submission specialist who can pull off a finishing hold at any time from any position. Matt has always made it clear he never wants to be in a boring fight, no matter what the risks are. Looking for better fight opportunities, Serra moves from the lightweight class up to the welterweight class to take on another expert grappler, Carl Parisian.
I think this is going to be a very fast-paced fight with two guys trying to make one guy's going to try to make the other guy back down.
22-year-old Carl the Heat Parisian trains under highest-done grappling master Gokar Chavichian and brings a very aggressive ground game into the octagon. In his UFC debut against Dave Strasser, Carl put on a clinic of spectacular throws and submissions. In his last 3 fights, he has scored impressive victories over Nick Diaz, Shoney Carter, and Chris Lytle. Parisian wants a shot at the welterweight title, but he'll have to get through Serra first.
Either I'm going to put so much pressure on him, there's so much heat, they're going to stop the fight. I'm going to cut him
I don't think he'll quit. He's a tough guy. He's got a lot of heart, but the referee stopped at some point in the fight.
Coming up next, two grappling masters face off as Matt the Terra Serra takes on Carl the Heat Parisian. Tail of the tape brought to you by Zions. Extreme supplements for extreme results. Ask for Zions at your local health food store or gym. Don't forget, lots of representatives from our good friends at GNC in attendance here tonight. Visit Zions.com for more information. The Armenian is 22. Matt Serra, a very young 31. 4 inches of reach given away by Matt Serra. Mario Yamasaki, our referee.
Are you ready? Let's go!
And here we go. Should be non-stop action.
I know Matt Serra's been working a lot on his striking. Let's see if he decides to stand up here.
It's amazing. Parisian is so young, Joe.
So young.
Oh, he got him big.
Matt Serra with a big right hand.
Serra trying to finish it in the early goings here in round 1.
Carroll trying to recover. Matt's mounted him.
Oh, he is relentless.
He's dropping bombs.
Matt Serra trying to finish off the Heat Carl Parisian. Enzo Gracie pounding the octagon outside in support of Serra.
Excellent composure showed by Carl Parisian. He was on the brink of defeat, and he kept it together.
Wow. Just as you said, he'd improved his striking. Watch for the judo throws here now, though.
You know what? Matt has fought world-class grapplers in mixed martial arts competition before. He has a unanimous decision loss to BJ Penn in a very close fight that a lot of people thought he won.
Serra swinging for the fences again.
And Caro swinging right back.
Yeah.
You know, Caro is not the best grappler, or excuse me, striker in the world, but he will bang. See that? He just waved him in. He's like, come on. Caro's got heart.
If you're Matt, you don't want to get wild here
but
because
you know
of your early success.
He's landing some bombs. He landed another one.
You talked about Serra really working on his striking. 2 world-class grapplers on their feet going toe-to-toe. What mixed martial arts is all about. Back at 170 pounds, where Serra started his UFC career.
You know, I like him at once. Oh, good takedown by Caro. Caro looking for a submission. It's going to be very tough to catch Matt Serra, and Matt Serra's very dangerous on top. And good capitalism. He really capitalized on that well and landed some good bombs in the transition to the feet.
Serra looks good at 170.
You know what? A lot of these guys, they really drive themselves out to get down to weight. And 155, I think. I mean, Matt Serra's a short guy, but he's very stocky and very thick, and I think he's more dynamic and explosive at 170 pounds.
Early hitting of the target by Matt Serra in the gray shorts and the red shorts Parisian. Oh, he just ducked under what could have been a knockout punch.
Nice leg kick to set it up. Matt looked very good on his feet here.
Matt told us earlier this week he had a little secret for this one, and now I see what he's found. Oh, another good inside kick.
He caught a punch there, though. Because he's got a little bit of mouse under his eye now, Matt does.
Joe, both those kicks have been perfectly placed.
Yeah,
and he's used them to set up another punch.
He looks much more confident on his feet here, much more calm. And he's really, while they're exchanging, while they're swinging wildly, he's staying in the pocket with his hands up, looking for shots.
Once again, like to thank our casino sponsor, Trump Entertainment Resorts Incorporated, Trump Marina, Trump Taj Mahal, and the Trump Plaza here in Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Matt keeps landing that leg kick, and Carl keeps waving him in. Another nice right hand. Carl waves him in again.
Yeah.
And he's saying, come to me. Now they're talking to each other. Oh, it's getting ugly.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Nice leg kick again.
Uh-oh. Now he's being waved in the other side. Carl being waved in by Serra.
If Matt keeps landing that right leg kick to Carl's inside right leg, he's going to take away his base.
Joe, this is a judo dude and a Brazilian jiu-jitsu dude. This is crazy right now.
They're kickboxing.
Yeah, absolutely.
There again, eventually,
hey, give a man new toys. He wants to play with the new toys, not the old ones, right?
Another nice right hand. Matt Serra's impressing me on his feet here.
Serra really looking confident with his striking.
He keeps swinging for the head. If I was in his corner, there you go. If I was in his corner, I would tell him, keep working that leg kick. Caro switched stances now. You notice that Caro has a left leg forward now because he took way too many of those right leg kicks.
Reach advantage for Carl Parisian if it stays on the feet. So far, Serra's been able to nullify
nice kick.
High kick.
Caro swinging wild.
I don't know if this one's going 15, brother.
Yeah, I don't know either. Good kick.
Down goes Serra.
Let's see Matt Serra's guard.
Under a minute remains in round 1.
Matt Serra's a very well-rounded Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter, but Caro is very good at putting the heat on you.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that job getting back up. Yep, trying for a throw. And when he throws with authority. He tries to hurt the man.
And you notice he's not just doing judo here. When he goes through these positions, he's throwing punches to throw you off. I mean, as soon as Matt tries to get his base, Caro's throwing punches in his face. Oh, he gets the back. Caro takes the standing back.
30 seconds, Joe, left in round number one.
It's very, very hard to catch Matt Serra in a submission. We saw Ivan Menjivar had him in a full-on Kimura, and Matt didn't tap. He's got excellent back control, but he took a good elbow there. Now, Caro's got the mount, dropping elbows and punches.
10 seconds left in round one.
Matt's got butterfly guard, but he's taking some shots here. He's got to be careful.
Oh, tried to come down with the elbow.
Nice pass and elbow by Caro, and good inside elbows there.
The heat was pushing the pace at the end.
What a round.
The heat was pushing the pace.
And look at that, and they hug each other after the round. The fight's not even over. They said, hey, great round.
Both guys have talked about wanting somebody else who would push the pace, and they got what they asked for.
Let's take a look at that big right hand by Matt Serra. Caro's wild coming in, bang! Caro was legitimately hurt here. And then Matt tried to capitalize. Let's take another look at it. That's another punch. A different time he rocked him. And here's Caro taking Matt Serra's back at the end of that round. He's got the hooks in. Serra shakes him off. Winds up rolling. Caro's got his back, throwing some punches. And Caro winds up on top at the end of the round, landing some pretty good shots.
All right, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, have to go, have to go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, bust them up, let's go.
Renzo Gracie, final instructions given to Matt Serra. Chris Lieben, popular fighter from the Ultimate Fighting reality show, The Ultimate Fighter, season number 1. Serra and Parisian. Round 2, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Welterweight matchup, Serra back at 170. Don't forget, fans, UFC DVDs, Ultimate Knockouts 1 and 2 combo, UFC 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, Ultimate KOs 3, distributed by Studio Works Entertainment. Get them today. UFC DVDs available now.
Nice right hand by Matt Serra and another nice right leg kick. Caro's still got that right leg forward, but you see he keeps switching it. He likes to fight with his right leg forward, but he's taking way too many of those right leg kicks.
Tried for the spin. Stepping in was Mario Yamasaki. See what he's going to check. Oh, looks like a little tape. Yeah, a little loose tape on the left hand of Matt Serra.
Okay, go back to your corner. Ready? Ready? Let's go!
Second round just underway. Parisian in the red trunks. Serra in the gray trunks, and down goes Serra.
Matt was looking to counter that right hand. Caro got inside, got him to the ground. He's in Matt's guard now, but he's proven to be very effective in guys' guard. He keeps pressure on you constantly, lands a lot of punches, a lot of elbows. Matt's trying to kick up from the bottom here.
Ducks out from the big haymaker, thrown by Carl Parisian.
And again, Caro does not let you rest in here. You're constantly moving and you're constantly being pressured. See these elbows, punches inside, constant pressure. Slaps to the face, anything. You don't get a chance to rest when you're fighting Caro.
Both these guys want a shot at Matt Hughes somewhere down the line.
All right, Matt Serra's up to his feet now, and it looks like he's trying to work a guillotine. If he can close his hands off, he can close this off. Caro's no stranger to this, though.
George St. Pierre, Joe, at 170 as well.
Yeah, what a talent-filled division.
You know what? Joe Silva's got them all talent-filled right now.
Takedown battle.
Watch for that judo throw.
Right now, Matt's looking for some knees. He's looking to get away from Caro's left knee. That's why he's extending his arm out there like that.
Carl may very well be setting up a throw here. And Serra able to step aside. It didn't look like much, but when you got what was once the third-ranked judo man in his weight class in the U.S. hanging on to you like that, getting away and not being thrown down is quite an achievement.
Yeah, Caro's got excellent balance, fantastic core strength. I mean, he's really a world-class judo guy. Oh, good head kick by Caro.
Parisian was rocked early, but no worse for the wear.
He's got that right leg forward again. If he keeps it forward, look for some right leg kicks by Matt Serra. Looks like he just flipped off Renzo Gracie. Oh,
high kick blocked by Serra.
If I was in Serra's corner, I would be calling for some leg kicks.
He used him perfectly to set up the punch before, Joe, a couple of times.
This might be another case of what we saw in the Evan Tanner-Rich Franklin fight, where a guy lands a great shot and then becomes really, intent on landing that shot again. Or it might just be it's a tough war, and Matt Serra needs a little time off here.
Now, Matt Serra trying to engage like he was before. A little flash his head away from the shots from Karo Parisian. Scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. Parisian at 3-1 in his UFC career. Serra at 4-3. Serra always missing that pizza and pasta as he continues to advance within the mixed martial arts world. Long Island born and raised. Parisian from Armenia, now living in North Hollywood, California, in Little Armenia District. That's where he trains every day. Multiple champion, judo black belt, all kinds of Pan Am awards, grappling champion, BJJ national champion, 6 junior national judo crowns for Parisian, and down they go.
At this point in time, it looks like Matt Serra is starting to fade, and Karo Parisian is starting to turn the heat up. Landing some good shots from inside Matt's guard. This is not good for Matt Serra. He's taking some bombs.
Up against the fence where Parisian can do damage.
39 seconds to go in the round. He's got to hang on and avoid getting blasted with these elbows. I mean, Caro's so good at that inside.
And he is getting blasted with those elbows right now, Joe.
And this reminds me very much of Evan Tanner, David Terrell. Same position, same situation. World-class jiu-jitsu guy on his back with butterfly guard in, getting pounded. Matt's got to get out of this spot. He's got to figure out a way to control Caro's upper body or swing away from that and try some sort of a sweep or something. But he can't keep taking these shots.
Final seconds ticking away here in round number 2. Parisian trying to stop it. Serra survives, and they will fight another 5. The Iceman Chuck Liddell looking on. Light heavyweight champion. They see him on the big screen, and they react accordingly here inside Boardwalk Hall. Coming up, our main event of the evening. The Pitbull, Andre Arlovski against Justin Eilers. Hard-hitting Justin Eilers trying to take that interim heavyweight belt off the
Stay
waist.
in control, keep your hands up. Straighten those
Arlovski.
punches out, not the looping ones. The straight ones
Randy
are landing.
Couture.
Put him on the ground again. That's beautiful posture. You're killing him there. You cut him real bad with that elbow. Okay?
Pound him. Take him down, pound.
Nice and composed.
We train for
5 more minutes. And you're
Take a deep breath, man. Get your breath back.
Sorry,
It's important.
guys. Look at this.
Matt,
Don't push it
it's
out.
1-1. You're going to push this thing out. Aim this and let it go.
If he's in your guard,
Right.
close
Enzo
guard.
Gracie.
Close guard.
Water.
Control him.
You got to go.
gotta
Come
get
on,
him
man.
down.
You hear
Just
Renzo
go with your
Gracie
punches.
saying that if
Right,
he is
left,
in
right,
your
right,
guard,
but you got to do more than
use
one
a
punch, man.
closed
Throw one
guard
at a
and control
time.
him. Matt
Come on,
Serra
he's
looking
tired
very
too, Matt.
weary. Karo Parisian looking very fresh. You hear Ray Longo said, whatever you got left.
Ready? Ready? Let's go!
Karo Parisian living up to his nickname, the Heat.
Third and final round. Welterweight matchup, trying to move up that ladder in which Matt Hughes stands atop. Hughes going to be a coach along with Rich Franklin in the upcoming season number 2 of The Ultimate Fighter on Spike TV. It's all about the UFC.
Matt Serra's going to do something here dramatic to pull out this third and final round and try to get a victory. In my opinion, he probably won the first round. The second round definitely went to Karo. He's got to do something here. Caro's got his back. He's got his back and he's securing an arm. He's rolling Matt over. Matt's coming out the back door. Oh, he got rolled up. This is a bad spot for him. This is a very bad spot for Matt Serra. Oh,
he spun out of it nicely.
That is world-class Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu experience right there.
That's why he's a black belt.
He's got a hold of Caro's leg and he is exhausted now. That really drained him. You see, he wasn't able to capitalize on on that and figure out a way to take Caro down and get him on his back. Caro definitely looking fresher here. Nice takedown by Caro. And this is the spot that Matt Serra doesn't want to be in again. There's no fence to press him up against here in the center of the octagon, but still, Caro is excellent at holding you down and not letting you breathe, constantly smashing you with punches and elbows. I mean, he's just a whirlwind. The guy's a juggernaut. He just never stops coming at you.
Control is what Karo Parisyan is about. He has demonstrated a great bit of it here. Started fighting at age 16, 20 fights in his first 5 years. By the time he was 21, he had 20 fights under his belt.
And now he has passed Matt Serra's guard. This is a much better position for him, and it looks like Matt Serra is really tired, and Caro's trying to secure a submission here. He's going to swing over and get his back again. Matt blocks it with the hook, and Caro makes him pay for it. I mean, Matt is just taking some... I mean, can he keep taking these punches and elbows for another 2 minutes and 44 seconds?
Come on, Matt, let's keep moving.
You hear Mario Yamasaki saying, come on, man, keep moving. I mean, Matt showing good defense. Caro tries to secure something on his neck, and he rolls right over onto his back. But, again, this is not a spot where you can rest with Caro. You get no rest. I mean, the guy really lives up to his nickname, the Heat. And again, 22 years old. You know, I mean, all the talent in the world, all the experience in the world. I mean, what a bright future this guy has. Matt Serra's face is a mess. He's taking a lot of elbows in here. Caro passes. He's in half guard. Oh, Matt got him back in half guard again.
St. Pierre, Hughes, Trigg. Okay. Another man at 170.
Caro's got side control now. He's looking to mount. Matt gets his legs up and puts Caro back in a half guard, but Caro's making him pay. Just brutal elbows and punches.
Continuous onslaught.
If he keeps landing these, Mario Yamasaki might have to stop this fight.
The natural Randy Couture in the corner of Karo Parisyan. Parisyan training with Randy and preparing for this fight. Nice to have a multiple champion in your corner. Back on his feet is Matt Serra, but he has to do something. He needs the knockout. He's got to swing for the fences here. Judo throw! Judo 101. Even impresses the Greco guy, Randy Couture.
He is one of the few judo guys that's really made an excellent and successful transition in mixed martial arts and can utilize all those throws. A lot of guys who take away the gi and they don't have the gi anymore, they don't have any handles to grab, and they're not very good at throws. Caro has made excellent use of overhooks and underhooks and uses almost a Greco-Roman approach to jiu-jitsu, or excuse me, to judo. Right now he's using elbows 101.
Caro, Nick Diaz, St. Pierre, three of the top contenders in the 170-pound division, trying to finish it off. Serra.
Oh, but Matt Serra reverses him. All right, now he's in Caro's guard.
He's got to finish though, Joe. He's behind on the cards.
Does he have left? This is the big question. How exhausted is Matt Serra at this point? It's do or die. He's got to give Caro a taste of his own medicine, but does he have the energy left?
14 seconds remains in the third and final round.
He's going to have to do more than this. He's going to have to pass and try to figure out a way to submit him.
Final seconds are going to tick away. And we will render the judge's decision.
I got to say, that looks like a decision for Karo Parisyan.
Nick Zito, always in attendance. Chuck Zito, pardon me.
Don't call him Nick. Yeah, the guy's got a neck like a rhino.
That's a good point. Roy Jones Jr. in the background. And don't forget the tap-out crew. Good people. Now Serra overwhelmed by the heat. Karo Parisyan. Eddie Bravo, how'd you score it?
Well, the first round I got 10-10. Although Matt Serra started off strong, he landed several right hands in that first round. You know, in the middle of the round, Karo got a takedown. He landed a couple big rights in the guard. He got the back, he got the mount. So I gave that first round, it was even, 10-10. Second round, it was obvious. Karo started to take over, 10-9. And in the last round, I scored that one big for Karo. He got a couple takedowns. He had Matt's back, almost had that armbar. I gave that last round 10-8 Carl Parisian, 30-27, Carl.
Not a surprise there, and I think the judges will agree with Eddie Bravo. As Matt Serra got the swing early, came out swinging, but then the hands didn't seem to be there, Joe, after that point for Matt Serra. You know, he was very good early with the hands, then could not keep her going as we render the judge's decision here in the welterweight division. 8th time in the UFC for Matt Serra, and it's amazing to say once again that Carl Parisian is only 22 years old. The official decision is in. Let's check in with Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. Jeff Mullen scores the bout 29-28. Abe Bilardo scores the bout 30-27. And Douglas Crosby scores the bout 30-27 for the winner, Caro the Heat Parisian.
So Carl the Heat Parisian continues to be excellent. Will he get a chance to avenge his loss to George St. Pierre somewhere down the line? Carl is with Joe Rogan.
Caro the Heat Parisian, excellent victory, really living up to your nickname, relentless pressure. Now, it looked like you got hurt early in the first round. How hurt were you?
I honestly don't remember. I know I got clipped with something, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting hit. So I scrambled back out. I'm like, I can't lose this fight. I can't lose this fight. So I just came back, thank God, and brought the victory.
Now, you showed, let's take a look at some of the big elbows at the end of the fight and talk us through this. Yeah. You showed incredible conditioning. Every minute of every round, you put pressure on them, living up to your nickname.
I'm beginning to throw a lot of elbows lately because they did the most damage, you know, they're big bones, and if I can get a cut and work on the cut, I'm going to open that cut up, and whoever's going to stop it sometime.
Talk us through the end of the fight here.
Oh, man, I just want to put pressure on him. He's hard to finish. I went for an armbar. He's a slick guy. He's a world champion jiu-jitsu. But I promised Joe Silva I was going to go for a submission. I did go for a submission. I couldn't get the victory, but I got the ground and pound, and you're in the bar, and you got to feel the heat sometime.
All right, Caro, you've had a bunch of fights in the UFC now, victorious in quite a few of them. You've developed quite a reputation. When do you want a shot at the title?
UFC puts guys in front of me, and I just fought. Whatever they want to fight me, whoever want to fight me, I'll fight them. It's up to the UFC. If you allow me, I'd like to thank my sponsors, KTFO, Full Contact Fighter, Randy Couture for helping me out, Mania Gomburian, Gokar Chivichin, and Jean Lobel. Special thanks to my dad and my friends. Thank you. God bless you all. And my girlfriend up there. Love you, baby.
Well, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you again. Caro Parisian, ladies and gentlemen.
It is time for the main event of the evening. The matchup for the interim heavyweight belt. Andre the Pitbull Arlovski takes on the hard hitter Justin Eilers, wanting to derail the fame in which Arlovski has right now. Well, I will tell you what, fight fans, just like Chuck Liddell did prior, Andre Arlovski refuses not to fight. Everyone said, you don't need to do this. You don't need to fight, especially a dangerous man like Justin Eilers. You'll get your chance to unify the belt when Frank Mir gets healthy. Andre Arlovski says, forget about it. I'm a champion. I'm a fighter. I'm a sportsman. Bring on Justin Eilers, who is extremely dangerous. Bring him on tonight. I'll knock him out too.
This man is not human. Brutal, impressive knockout by Arlovski. Down goes Cabbage. Andre Arlovski shows well-rounded skills. Down goes Sylvia, looking for the finish. Drops him with a right hand and finishes him with a heel hook.
Конечно, я считаю до сих пор, что Фрэнк Мир чемпион.
I still consider Frank Mir the champion, and I really look forward to meeting him in October.
A lot of people ask me if Andre is looking past me a little bit, and you know what? I think he might be.
Я считаю, что Айлерс серьезный соперник.
Justin Eilers is a tough fighter. He has heavy punches, and he knocked out Mike Kyle.
He looks like the kind of guy you hit him in the face with a baseball bat, he spits toothpicks at you. He's a tank, man. That guy's head looks like a fire hydrant.
People want to say that maybe I don't deserve this opportunity, I don't deserve this shot. But if I'm able to beat him, I deserve everything that I get.
I'm a sportsman. I will fight whoever the UFC puts in front of me. I'm not going to wait around for Frank Mir.
I think this was a huge mistake for Andre to take this fight against me because he doesn't know how hungry I am.
Justin doesn't agree, but I guarantee you I'm going to win this fight.
I think I have the ability to win any time. I have knockout power in both hands, you know, and that's all it takes in this sport is one shot.
And then of the night, I still be a champion.
Somebody's getting knocked out on their feet or on the ground. Somebody's getting pounded out. That's just where it is. Two heavy hitters like us, you know, we're looking to finish each other. Somebody's getting put away.
Very difficult fight for Andrei Arlovski. A lot of people are predicting an easy victory for him. There's not a whole lot for him to win, or to gain rather, and a lot for him to lose. He's an incredibly athletic, gigantic guy, excellent speed, beautiful strikes, excellent on the ground. But Justin Eilers is no joke. When a lot of people are thinking of Justin Eilers by one tactical blunder that he made by standing up with Paul Buentello. What they're forgetting is what the guy's capable of. He was an excellent football player, a college wrestler, and an incredibly tough guy. Militage-trained fighter, seasoned veteran, and he's a dangerous opponent to anyone he faces, and I think a lot of people are taking him lightly because of the one loss to Paul Buentello.
And in that fight, Paul Buentello broke his hand, and he was not medically cleared when we put together this matchup for Andrei Arlovski to fight Justin Eilers. And believe me, when the matchmaker Joe Silva started making some phone calls, a lot of people said, Justin Eilers said yes to a fight against the Pitbull.
He's a hungry guy, and he's looking for a shot at redemption. He was embarrassed by his defeat to Buentello. He knows he made a tactical blunder, and he has talked about it, that he has altered his training and alters his strategies, and he's going to come out with a different approach. And I expect we're going to see a lot of wrestling in this fight.
And Arlovski is a man right now who is doing as Chuck Liddell did so many times before, and that is taking a fight when a unified title is somewhat on the line. He says, don't worry about it. I'll beat whoever you put in front of me. I'll wait for Frank Mir to get healthy, then I will get him. Celebrity-packed house tonight. Let's see who likes whom.
I have to go with Arlovski on that one. I think he's so athletic. He's on a roll. He's just been tearing guys up. His striking's great. His ground game's great. He's got the total package. I think Arlovski's going to win that one.
Arlovski. And what do you think is going to happen in that fight? A knockout. Oh man, I think Arlovski's just the man. He's a beast. He's got great stand-up, great submissions, and I think Arlovski's going to take that one.
Arlovski's a tough guy. He's very well-rounded, great stand-up, great ground skills. You know, he can do anything and win this fight. He can win on the ground or standing. Justin, for him to win, he's got to hit him. I mean, he's got to hit him hard. So odds are, you know, Arlovski's got a lot more outs to win.
I think right now in Arlovski, where he's at in his career, I think he can pretty much do anything to anybody at any time, man. He's really on top of his game.
I'd put my money on Arlovski. He's just tough, and if I were in that cell, if I were in the octagon, I would climb over and run away from Arlovski.
That wouldn't be a bad decision against Andrei Arlovski.
Especially when you look like that guy.
Yeah, you got that right. Even Matt Hughes, Justin Eilers, longtime teammate, knows how dangerous Andrei Arlovski can be. Interim Heavyweight Championship, main event of the evening. The Pitbull, Andrei Arlovski, against the dangerous striker, Justin Eilers.
The underdog.
Now training full-time with Jeremy Horn. Team Extreme Elite Performance in Utah. Has trained with some of the best heavyweights in the world since Sylvia, Mike Whitehead, Ben Rockwell. Still has that background in the Militage camp, but you know he's been working the ground skills with Jeremy Horn. And Jeremy's super technical. He'll fight Chuck Liddell, of course, at UFC 54 Boiling Point. But still, Justin Eilers says he doesn't want this to be a technical fight, Joe. He wants to turn it into a brawl. What do you think he means?
Well, you know what? He's got to. If he stands up with Arlovski and just try to trade strikes in a kickboxing bout, he's going to lose. Arlovski has the more polished skills, but this isn't a kickboxing bout. This is an MMA bout. There are ways to get a guy to the ground. There's ways to push him and pressure him and get him up against the fence. And I think coming into this fight, this might be a very good way for him to come into this fight. First of all, he's coming into this fight learning a lesson. He fought against a superior striker and chose to try to stand with him. He made that tactical error. He lost because of that, and he learned a very, very valuable lesson that will pay dividends if he applies that lesson to this fight with Andrei Arlovski. He does not want to stand and make this a kickboxing bout. He wants to take this guy down. He wants to pressure him up against the fence. The other thing that's good about taking this fight after the One-Tello fight is Arlovsky might be taking him lightly. Again, like I said before, we previewed this fight. You got to think about this guy as to what he's capable of, not one blunder that he made in his career.
He was on a 6-fight winning streak, all the victories by TKO or KO, a killer streak of wins before he got knocked out in his last matchup. A very game opponent.
They call him the pit bull, but that's a big guy to be a pit bull. 6'3", 240 pounds. Incredibly athletic guy. Lightning fast reflexes. He showed with Tim Sylvia when he fought. He knocked him down with the right hand and finished him off with an ankle lock. He's got very well-rounded skills. He's got a wealth of experience in the octagon. His losses in the octagon came to Rico Rodriguez by referee stopping and Pedro Hizzo by knockout. Constantly improving. The guy's only 26 years old. He's still got a bright future ahead of him. And right now, he's the interim UFC heavyweight champion.
Now, he has said he doesn't believe his present championship is real. And that is respect for Frank Mir as much as anything else. But I will tell you, he is for real. He does want to fight Frank Mir. We hope Frank here at home in Las Vegas watching tonight, getting healthy, trying to get ready for Andrei Arlovsky if he can get by Justin Eilers here tonight. Tail of the tape for this heavyweight title bout. The interim heavyweight belt on the line. Tail of the tape brought to you by Zions Extreme Supplements for extreme results. Ask for Zions at your local health food store like GNC or your gym. Visit Zions.com for more information. Oh my goodness, can it be any more even? Arlovsky does have a weight advantage. The Belarusian from Minsk, Belarus. For the official introductions of this, our main event of the evening, the veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this UFC championship bout is sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board with Mr. Larry Hazard, Senior Commissioner, and Tony Orlando, Chairman. Our judges for this contest are Jeff Mullins, Abe Bellardo, and Douglas Crosby. Our doctor at Octagon side is Dr. Michael Kelly. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon is Big John McCarthy. This championship bout is brought to you by Zions, extreme supplements for extreme athletes, available at GNC stores nationwide. And now, it's time! Live from the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City. This fight is 5 rounds for the interim UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, the challenger standing to my left. This fighter is a mixed martial artist who holds a professional record of 9 wins with 3 losses and 1 draw. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighed in at 228 pounds. Fighting out of Davenport, Iowa, please welcome Justin Eilers. And now introducing the champion standing across the octagon. This man is a kickboxer and sambo fighting expert. He holds a mixed martial arts record of 9 wins with 3 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall and weighed in at 241 pounds. Fighting out of Minsk, Belarus, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the interim UFC Heavyweight Champion of the World, the Pitbull, Andrei Arlovsky.
Matt Hughes, welterweight champion, in attendance here tonight, as is Roy Jones Jr.
Okay, guys, you got your instructions in the locker room. Expect a clean fight. I have any questions from the challenger? Any questions from the champion? Fight clean, fight hard, fight fair. Go back to your corners. Let's go.
Here we go.
They're going to be good. They had a nice big stare down in the weigh-in as well yesterday. Arlovsky. Big John McCarthy, our referee.
Champion, you ready? You ready? Let's get it on.
Against Justin Eilers.
All right, let's see if Justin Eilers can avoid the superior stand-up of Andrei Arlovsky.
Well, Justin said he wants to wrestle more. He will display his wrestling skills. See if he looks for a takedown.
That's a very good idea.
You got that right. Move away from the bat, Justin. Then again, he has two bats, one right, one left. But Arlovsky is just, man, he's so big, so strong, and so dangerous.
He's so dangerous and so explosive. I mean, you saw that right hand that he landed on Tim Sylvia. It just came out of nowhere like lightning. On the button, and then immediately, oh, nice leg kick.
UFC 53 heavy hitters, Joe. Brought to you in part by the Gordon Biersch Brewing Company. Beer like it ought to be.
Justin Eilers staying in the pocket. He's not avoiding him.
Well, Eilers will swing away. Eilers is a tough dude. Former linebacker at Iowa State. And this is a tough dude.
This is what Eilers wants here. He wants to get in the clinch. He's looking to grab double underhooks here.
Let's go.
He's got one underhook on the left side. He lost it. Okay. Again, Arlovsky's world now. He's rocked. Eilers is rocked.
Yeah, Arlovsky trying to ice Eilers here quickly.
He took a heavy inside leg kick and a right hand to stop it.
Excuse me, sets it up so nicely.
Yeah, he's got beautiful stand-ups. I mean,
the sambo in the background, kickboxing.
This is the more time this spends on his feet, the more dangerous this is for Justin Eilers. That's it. He's got to work on that. You see how explosive Arlovsky is? Justin drops down for the takedown, and Arlovsky immediately gets out of the way of it.
Arlovsky pushing the action. Eilers already bleeding.
He's bleeding, and also he's tasted the power now. And he's got a little more apprehension about shooting in.
And that, I think, is, as you and I've talked about before, Joe, that's where he could potentially have an advantage, is if he can shoot in, if he can take it down.
He's got to take advantage. He's got to figure out some way to get the clinch. This is
got him with a right.
He got rocked there.
Combination continues.
I mean, Arlovsky just looks unstoppable on his feet. I mean, literally, he's a world-class striker on his feet. His precision strikes, they're so perfect.
Man, I'll tell you what, I hope Frank Mir gets healthy. That will be a heck of a matchup.
Phenomenal matchup.
Frank Mir, heavyweight champion. Andre still very respectful in the recognition as such. Hoping for potentially an October matchup. Time will tell as Frank continues to rehab after the motorcycle accident.
Eilers has got to figure out a way to get away from the stand-up fight. He's got to either pressure him, he's got to pull guard, he's got to do something. But standing up and banging with Andrei Arlovsky is just going to wind up with more of the same.
Eilers has really been working a lot with Travis View, another big hitter, but Travis View's not Andrei Arlovsky.
No one is. I mean, there's very few guys. I mean, who do you train with that gets you ready for this kind of speed and power and precision striking?
Caught him with a left there, a good left jab landing onto the chin. Eilers still, everybody has a puncher's chance here, Joe, especially when you've got the heavy hands of Justin Eilers. So he can set one up. He may be able to catch Andrei Arlovsky.
Anything can happen.
But that's why it's such a dangerous fight for Andrei Arlovsky here.
Anything can happen, but as we're seeing from these exchanges over and over again, Arlovsky's coming on top. Justin Eilers faces a master. Andre is completely unmarked.
Look at how this sport is transformed into such a striking game.
I mean, could you imagine seeing Andrei Arlovsky in UFC 1? Oh, whoa. I mean, there was nothing like this back then.
No way.
This is the pinnacle of the sport. I mean, this is as good a heavyweight professional mixed martial arts athlete as you can find.
I totally agree. You wonder how long he could be dominant. Down he goes. Trying to evade.
His knee blew out. It looked like Justin Eilers' knee blew out. He dropped, and then Arlovsky took advantage of it.
Andrei Arlovsky wins again.
I think he might have blown out his knee. Let's take a look at the replay, because that's what it looked like to me. It looks like Eilers' knee buckled. Let's take a look at that real quick. Yes, see it? Boom. His knee gave out. Let's take another look at that. It looks like his right knee gave out. Yep.
Boom.
Oh, he blew his ACL.
Yep.
He got a weird position, and his leg just shifted and popped out. There's Arlovsky reacts to it.
Oh, a great job done by John McCarthy to stop the fight. Justin Eilers popping that right knee.
Yeah, he's going to have surgery on that. You could see it shift and pop out of place.
ACL in there. Yeah, it was gone before.
Man.
Let's take a look at it one more time. And coming from a guy, I've had 3 knee surgeries and 2 ACL reconstructions, and this hurts just watching it. Look at his right leg. He plants it, boom! You see where it comes out? Oh, you can look at it. You can see literally the bottom part of his leg pop forward when his ACL explodes. His ACL severed. Let's take a look at it. Look at his right leg. He shifts and bang! Ooh! Ouch! It popped out and he immediately collapses. And then Andre takes advantage of it. You look at it right here in slow-mo. Look at the right knee, the inside of it. See it right there? Pop. That's where it blew out. Bad injury for Justin Eilers.
That's gross, dude.
That is gross.
Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 10 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by TKO, and still the interim UFC heavyweight champion of the world, the Pitbull, Andre Arlovsky.
The Pitbull reigns supreme again. Now the question is, can we get Frank Mir healthy, as Andre Arlovsky truly looks dominant here in the heavyweight division? Joe Rogan.
All right, I'm here with the interim champion, Andre Arlovsky. Andre, give us your thoughts on the fight. It looked like Justin's knee blew out, and then you just capitalized on it, but you were dominating him in the stand-up.
Скажи, если UFC согласится, чтобы я встретил...
этого боя, что ты с Джастином делал?
Ну, я старался атаковать его левым прямым. То, что нарабатывал со своим тренером по боксу, Майкс. He helped me. I'm doing everything, что он мне сказал.
Andre is saying that he was trying to keep the distance with the jab, work the left jab, and set himself up with a straight right or right hook. Basically, everything that they worked in the gym with the coach Mike Garcia.
Now that you've defeated Eilers, it clears the plate for you for October for Frank Mir. Tell us what you think about that fight.
Я с нетерпением жду встречи с Фрэнком Миром.
He's very anxious to have that fight.
And we're very anxious to see it. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, the UFC interim heavyweight champion, Andre Arlovsky.
I want to say thank you, my jiu-jitsu trainer, Dina Castells, my boxing coach, Mike Garcia, my team, Alexei, Leo, Nikolai, all my friends from Chicago, Minsk, Las Vegas, Boston, my chiropractor, Dr. James Taxon, my sponsor, Full Contact Fighter, Joe Gold, Lou, everybody, my friends who come and watch me. Thank you.
Andre, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you fight for the undisputed title.
Oh, another great night of action here from the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Time to give out our Tap Out of the Night, brought to you by our good friends at Tap Out Clothing Wear at inyourface.com. Submission of the night goes where, Joe?
Paul Buentello with a one-arm guillotine. Paul sinks it in. Very unusual move. Very rarely do you see a one-arm guillotine get the tap, but there it is. Honorable mention, of course, goes to Forrest Griffin with a rear naked choke. Let's take a look at it again. He's got the guillotine in, and with one arm, finishes off Kevin Jordan.
So our submission of the night, brought to you by Tap Out, goes to the big man, Paul Buentello, in the heavyweight matchup. You mentioned Forrest Griffin. Forrest looked real in front of the pay-per-view lights tonight.
The crazy thing is, he had an easy fight with an easy submission, and he said he would have rather had a war. So that's the kind of guy that is going to really endear himself to fans in the future.
Speaking of a war, it looked like Evan Tanner was in a war, and Rich Franklin just picked him apart.
Yeah, that was brutal to watch. Evan Tanner sustained a lot of facial damage, took some really hard shots, landed a great shot, rocked him. Rich Franklin was in a lot of trouble, but Rich Franklin survived. Evan Tanner lost his belt.
Frank Mir, we want you to get healthy. Can Frank Mir survive Andrei Arlovski?
I don't know if anybody can survive Andrei Arlovski. On his feet, that guy is as dangerous as they come. Explosive, fast, lightning, quick reflexes, and superior technique. I mean, that's a dangerous striker who also has incredible ground game to go with it. You know, I mean, Frank Mir and Andrei Arlovski, what a dream match that is.
Yeah, it certainly will be. We hope to see that in October, but Joe, lots to come prior to that.
Lots to come prior to that, man. I mean, the next fight, we have the rematch of Chuck Liddell versus Jeremy Horn. The first fight that Chuck Liddell ever lost. He finally gets a chance to avenge that. And along with that, we have a very intriguing matchup of Mike Van Arsdale versus Randy Couture. World-class wrestler versus world-class wrestler. And I'm looking very much forward to that fight, August 20th at UFC 54.
Joe, another great job tonight.
Thank you, my friend.
A lot of fun, my brother. Plenty of heavy hitters tonight in Atlantic City, New Jersey. The executive producers, Frank Fertitta III, Lorenzo Fertitta, and UFC President Dana White. Our coordinating producer, Stephen Tornaveni. Producer, Bruce Connell. And our director, Anthony Giordano. Al Connell, our technical producer. And the great crew that puts everything together here every time we open the gates of the Octagon. Forrest Griffin cannot contain himself. He loves this fight game. And how about Rich Franklin? Beating Evan Tanner again, this time at 185. This time he walks away with the belt in the middleweight division. Franklin and Hughes will be coaches on The Ultimate Fighter. Season number 2. Won't that be an honor for the Cincinnati boy, Rich Franklin? Matt Serra, Carl Parisian, 170-pound fighters beware, the heat is on. Craig St. Pierre, Hughes, this man wants you. This man wants Mir. Andrei, the Pitbull Arlovski, dominant over Justin Eilers, waiting for Frank Mir to get healthy so that he can unify the heavyweight bout. For all of us here at the Ultimate Fighting Championship, Mike Goldberg saying so long. See you in August live on Spike TV.